Hello, I'm Juan Rodriguez, and I will be talking about my debate constructive and brief. Black Lives Matter movement is about police reform, but what does Black Lives Matter mean? Dictionary.com defines Black Lives Matter as a political and social movement originating among African Americans emphasizing basic human and racial equality for Black people and campaigning against various forms of racism. What reform means in this situation is removal or correction of errors of an abuse or a wrong. Police reform has a rich history rooted in the need for change and progress. Throughout time, societies have recognized the importance of holding law enforcement accountable and ensuring fair treatment for all. Reforms have aimed to address issues such as excessive use of force, racial profiling, and biased practices. The relevance of police reform lies in creating a system that promotes trust, transparency, and equal justice for everyone. It's about making sure that law enforcement serves and protects all members of the community. Police violence has a significant impact on communities, especially marginalized communities. It erodes trust between law enforcement and the community, leading to fear, tension, and a breakdown in communication. In this article from aclu.org, it states police violence is actually a leading cause of death for Black men. A recent study found that 1 in 1,000 Black men can expect to be killed by a police officer. And public health experts have described police violence as a serious public health issue. Public health experts view police violence as a serious public health issue because it has significant implications for the well-being and safety of individuals and communities. The impact of police violence extends beyond physical harm, as it can lead to psychological distress, trauma, and mistrust in law enforcement. These effects can have long-lasting consequences on mental health, community cohesion, and overall public safety. By addressing police violence as a public health issue, experts aim to promote equity, justice, and the well-being of all individuals regardless of their background. It's worth noting that criticizing certain actions or policies of law enforcement doesn't necessarily mean being against all police officers. In this article by ABC News, it states following Floyd's murder in 2020, protesters in New York clashed with NYPD officers for days on end. Officers arrested hundreds of protesters each night, and the department says that more than 300 officers were among those hurt. Seeking accountability, some politicians called for $1 billion to be cut from the NYPD's budget. It's important to note that critiquing certain policies of law enforcement doesn't mean being against all police officers. It's about addressing systemic issues and advocating for positive change within the system. By holding law enforcement accountable and pushing for reform, we can work towards creating a more just and equitable society for everyone, including police officers themselves. It's a way to ensure that law enforcement serves and protects all members of the community in a fair and unbiased manner. There are several factors that contribute to the disparity in police violence and incarceration rates faced by Black individuals. One factor is racial profiling, where individuals are disproportionately targeted based on their race. In the article, for the record, Unjust Burden Racial Disparities, it states 1 in 3 Black men born today can expect to be incarcerated in his lifetime, compared to 1 in 6 Latinos and 1 in 17 white men. Someone might say, do Black people commit more crime? Even though white commit more crime, Blacks are unbalanced in the system. In our society, there are many communities and neighborhoods that are suffering from drugs and overdoses. When whites are arrested and need mental support or physical support, the criminal systems respond rather quickly by creating treatment programs. When, on the other hand, while African Americans get arrested, they continue down the path of incarceration. We can take a look in our very own communities when it comes to this social issue. We call white drug users addicts, while we call black users criminals. This is a reality we have come to understand that addicts get treatment and criminals go to jail. I understand that there might be misconception about the high incarceration rates among African Americans. Systematic racism, socioeconomic disparities, and biased policing practices are some of these key factors. These issues can lead to disproportionate targeting and harsher sentencing, and limited access to resources and opportunities for individuals within the African American community. It's important to address these systematic issues and work towards creating a more equitable criminal justice system for everyone.